We're here in Boise, Idaho, filming at the Grove Hotel today, bringing to you a story that has impact not only for our community, but also for our entire country. Did you know that between the years of 2011 and 2026, 50,000 Americans will be turning the age of 65 every single day? The implications of that are enormous, both for our communities and for our culture as well. We're pleased today to have Diane Ronayne joining us, who has helped start Boise at Home, a nonprofit organization to address the needs of seniors and to address the changing implications it has on our demographics of our entire country. Welcome, Diane.
Thank you, Kim. I'm glad to be here.
We're so glad to have you. And I'd like you just to kind of start by sharing with me kind of your personal journey into becoming aware of this issue, becoming concerned about the issue, and starting Boise at Home.
Well, first of all, I'm going to be 70 in July, which comes as a huge shock to me. But 3 years ago, when I first heard about Boise at Home, when the organizers were just getting it started, I really didn't know anything about aging or the aging process or what to expect. Right. I'm now realizing that this is a huge issue, not just for me or the people in Boise, but for our whole country and the world.
Right. That's great. So share with me the mission of your organization. Again, it's called Boise at Home. Share with us the mission of the organization.
Our mission is to help people remain in their homes, living independently, as long as they can. And we do that by providing services, mainly through volunteers. Okay. And also we help them get connected to information, to for-profit and nonprofit providers of other services and information. And we also have fun. We do parties and social events and get-togethers. And part of the thing about living at home, if you're an older person, is a lot of times you get isolated. Right. And Boise at Home will make sure that they don't get isolated, our members, that is.
So what I hear you talking about is a lot about community, and I know it comes from this village concept. And so share with us what the village concept is.
Well, the village concept is, like it says, in the old days when people lived in very small communal areas, villages, they knew what each other needed. They saw if somebody was walking funny, they could help them across the street or, whatever. And so that concept began in an organized way in Boston in about 18 years ago now, when some people who were retired from Harvard and were all living in this one little area of Boston called Beacon Hill decided they wanted to stay in their homes as long as they could. They didn't want to go into assisted living or senior communities or whatever because they liked where they lived. They liked being around their friends, doing the things they'd been doing for the last 20, 30, 40 years.
What are some of the specific needs of seniors during this time in their life?
Seniors, as we grow older, tend to pull away sometimes from going out because we don't like to drive, or we don't like to drive at night. We don't feel comfortable or safe. Boise at Home, we have volunteers who are screened, their drivers' records are checked. We have drivers who can go pick them up, take them to a doctor's appointment, to a grocery store, whatever they need to do as far as keeping in their own home. Simple things that we take for granted because we've always done them, and then when you can't do them, then you realize just how limiting some of that can be. Right. Because they've got all kinds of research showing that people, their mental acuity stays better, their memory stays better if they're in their own home. So as they're remaining in home, they're going to be healthier overall than they would be if they decide, well, I can't manage this, I'm going to go to assisted living. Right. And if you think about old age or aging, the aging process, it used to be thought of as a diagonal that goes like that. You start up, you're in good health, and you're just gradually going to go kaplunk. Well, now they're looking at it because of our good health as we're coming into this as boomers. It's more like this, and then at the very end, you're going down.
I also know that at Boise at Home, you not only are looking at today and the benefits, but you look at it as an investment for the future. So tell me about why you look at it that way.
Well, it's an investment for you personally because you're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars somewhere on assisted living that you may not really need.
Right. Well, I think this is a wonderful concept. I'm so glad we're starting it here in Boise. Well, we have great changes coming to our country as in the near future. over 30% will be living into their 80s. So it's going to affect our culture, it's going to affect our country, and we want it to be positive and like you said, independent and empowered living. So thank you for sharing with us today, Diane.
Thank you, Kim. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you for joining us on Our Voice.
Kim, that looked beyond inspiring. So I have to know, what did you glean from that interview?
You know, my biggest takeaway was just that people can remain active and healthy and energetic, living the life they want, and there's people to support them to do that.
That's fantastic. I loved it. I love the interview. Great takeaway.